Hey, what's going on, Pat? Welcome to another edition of the Can's Pat's Talk Patriots podcast, joined by Pat's Planet. This is the episode of the midweek motion. So we're going to talk about, we're going to recap a little briefly the Saints and Patriots, and we're going to get into the Titans Patriots. We're going to do a preview on that, give our predictions and our X factors. Before we get started, make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you are sharing the content, and make sure you are subscribed to the Can's Pat's Talk Patriots podcast. Also, make sure you are subscribed to my boy Pat's Planet, his channel as well. That is Pat's Planet. That's just on YouTube, right?
Yeah. You could subscribe on YouTube, follow on all social media platforms at Pat's Planet Media.
Yes, sir, man. How you doing, man?
Doing good, man. It feels good to be top the division. It feels good.
Took the words right out my mouth, man. 4-2 on top of the division. Get to shut up a few of those Buffalo Bills fans. Really ain't got too much to worry about right now because Buffalo got a tough schedule coming up. Our schedule is starting to ease up. It's real easy right now. Got Titans this week. Then you got the Browns. We're going to talk about the Titans here shortly. Just want to recap this past week. The Saints, big game for the Pats, defense and offense. Defense got to a slow start. Drake, man, 3 touchdowns. The run game still hasn't got going. We're going to give our ups and downs for this game too. But overall, what was your thoughts for this past week?
Just like everybody else thinks, man, Drake May was just phenomenal in that game. Obviously, it was one of the best halves of football that I've seen a quarterback play, and that's saying a lot considering we had Tom Brady at the helm for all those years. But realistically, he had 3 touchdowns in the first half, and he was just on fire. You know what I mean? On fire. The one thing that we could always point to being a bad thing for the Patriots was the run game. You know, we got to see more from that, and we'll talk more about what we could do going forward about that. But Kayshon Boutte in the passing game, 2 touchdowns. It was interesting because all 3 of the guys that went back to Louisiana, their hometown, right? It wasn't just Kayshon Boutte. It was Will Campbell, LSU. And who was the other? There was one, Kayvon Chason. He's
not from New Orleans. He's from Texas, but he played at LSU.
Exactly. Yeah, the LSU boys. So they all came back and they all showed out. Really, you know, all 3 of those guys performed well. And overall, as a team, you just like what you see from the unit. There's stuff you could nitpick at, but overall, man, people were worried about it being a trap game, and we ran right through there in New Orleans. That's second game on a 3-game road trip, and it could have easily been a trap game, but they did what they should have did. They were favorites for a reason, and they even covered the spread. You know, 1 by 6. Yeah. I think I predicted what, 31-17.
I think, yeah.
So I was off by a touchdown there, but they did leave some points on the field, let's be honest. Or should I say the refs?
That second, well, yeah.
The refs. Yeah. I mean, that's one of the big things that we could talk about, too, because that was the story of the week.
I'm glad you mentioned that about the officiating was terrible. We ain't got to spend too much. I mean, Drake May did his thing. We ain't going to talk a lot about May. He's been put bigger since the last couple of weeks. I didn't want to get to the officiating before we get to the Titans. The officiating was terrible. Drake May probably should have had, well, you could make an argument if one of those touchdowns counted, then the other one wouldn't have happened. So you can go back and forth on that. But, man, the officiating was terrible. I think the worst one was the first one, the Pop Douglas touchdown that should have been a touchdown that wasn't a touchdown. Like, come on, bro. That was ridiculous. I didn't even see. And then the crazy thing is, they spoke. I listened to Drake May on WEI. I think it was Monday. He said they was already about to sit down and get ready. They sent their field goal team out there to kick, and next thing they just threw a flag. So it's like they were nearly about to kick the extra point, and then a flag comes out. So you mean tell me the offense and defense done left the field, special teams out there, and now you're gonna throw a flag that late? So after all that happened, and then what makes me mad is like a couple days later they'll come out with a report saying, "Well, that was a bad play. They shouldn't have called that." It's nothing can be done about it now. So I thought the officiating was horrendous. It was terrible. I thought they messed up Pop, especially from a betting perspective. What about people that actually betting on? Like I felt like Pop Douglas probably would have finished with close to 200 yards, 2 touchdowns. Drake May probably had another touchdown. Like just crazy, man, officiating.
It was probably, I've never seen anything like that where basically both teams went to their bench, had their special teams out there ready for the extra point. And by the way, the defense wasn't complaining. They weren't even looking for a flag. So it was just one of those odd things. I even heard a few of the guys, beat reporters for the Patriots, shout out Doug Kaya. He had mentioned he's not like a conspiracy theorist, some sort, he said, but it was strange. It made you sit and think, was there something to it? Did the league have it out? You know what I mean?
The latest and worst flag I've ever. I don't know if you remember a couple years back where they didn't throw a flag with this play. It was the Saints, the same team. It was the Saints, and y'all can drop in comment box if y'all remember. It was a playoff game. I want to say it was Saints versus the Rams, and it was a pass interference call to the right sideline when the dude hit. It was an obvious pass interference call, but they didn't call it. Do you remember that play? It's when Drew Brees was still playing. It was the Saints versus the Rams. This is when they had Gurley and
no, I do.
That was a crazy cut. They never called it though, and the Rams went on to win that game. I actually thought this one was worse than that. Like it was crazy. So, but that one was a penalty. The one that just happened this past week wasn't a penalty. So, just crazy, man. But hey, we came out with a W.
Well, look, now it wasn't even just that one though, but you had the one to Diggs. We could talk on that real quick because he could have had.
That was terrible.
He would have had what, like 53 more yards? I mean, that just like you alluded to, the bets. You know, people had an over on Stephon Diggs' yardage. He only ended up with 3 catches, 28 yards, and they want to talk about his arm resting on the guy's shoulder pad.
Then Mac Hollins, that should have been a PI on Mac Hollins. They didn't call that one.
And then following up the very next play, it's like if you're going to be calling the hand on the shoulder, the hand on the arm penalties, then you at least got to call it for us too. And that's why people were mad. It was just like, at least be consistent with it. But yeah, I
can see the Diggs one being a penalty, which I don't think it really will, but I can see that one.
Because at least there's the like
first one, that was horrendous. That was
terrible. Yeah, it really was.
So, man, the officiating they on my down list. We ain't gonna do up and down. They on my down list. The whole officiating, man.
Yeah, no.
Let's move on to the Titans. They just fired their coach. Brian Callahan just got fired, and his dad. So hopefully, they find work somewhere they can get another position. What I actually think his dad's a pretty good offensive line coach. I don't think the Titans offensive line coach been brutal this year. Cal Warden took 25 sacks. Callahan, it was a mess this year where they 1-4. I think they beat the Cardinals in a weird game, weird finish. The Titans, they coming off a loss to the Raiders. Cal Warden was sacked 4 or 5 times. I think he threw an interception right before the half. They kind of beat up too. I know Arden Key's hurt. He didn't practice today. Jeffrey Simmons didn't practice. Tyler Lockett didn't practice. Calvin Ridley did not practice. He did with a hamstring injury. What is your initial, how can I put it? What is your opening thoughts on the Titans so far? Just their season so far and what they expect on Sunday? Because you do know when a team, and they new coach is Mike McCoy, veteran coach, used to coach the Chargers. So this ain't this rookie coach today that's not going to know what he's doing. I forgot the stats, but in the past, when teams fire their coach mid-season, they have an interim coach. That team comes out the following week. That first game now, I don't know about the rest of you, but the first game, they normally it gives them a spark a little bit, give them a little bit of a bump. Not saying Titans will win the game, and we're going to give our prediction later on the show, but what do you expect to see from the Titans this Sunday?
No, I'm glad you just mentioned that because honestly, I was going to say that right off the bat. I almost wish they waited till after this.
That's what I was thinking. I was thinking about it all week. I was like, man, I hope they did not fire that coach. I just hope, because I know that team's going to come out fire. It's going to have a spark. It's going to have a spark. No, I know the Titans are bad this year, and everybody just circling this from that. So this is going to be a blowout. We get our prediction shortly, but I feel like that team they're going to play energized. They're going to be rejuvenated. So they're going to be rejuvenated. I listened to Cal Ward talk today, and sounded like they kind of fired up Jeffrey Simmons. But on the other side of that, we're going to get into that shortly. Vrabel returns to Tennessee. Not just Vrabel, Harold Landry returns.
Yeah, there's a lot of.
I forget, Rob. I didn't know Robert Spillane played for the Titans. I had to go back and look. Spillane's coming back. We got a bunch of coaches. Todd Downing. I think the running backs coach Tony. I think he was with the Titans. So we got a lot of people coming back. So I think both of us going in, both of us together. Like, okay, yeah, the Titans got a new coach, but Vrabel's coming back home, coming back to a team that got rid of him a couple years ago. So, what's your opening thoughts on the Titans?
Well, that's the big thing. Vrabel coming back, and he's gonna minimize it. He's gonna act like it's just another game, and they're gonna treat it like that. You heard Drake May. I don't know if you caught the press conference or that he spoke on it, but he said, "Hey, we probably would have all thought this would have been a bigger game for Coach Vrabel returning there, but the way Coach Vrabel kind of handles it, it's just another day at the office, and that's kind of how the guys handle it as well." So, watching for that, I know just because the Titans, they're gonna have some energy because their coach getting fired. All that they're gonna have a spark, definitely, but I also believe the Patriots will match that same energy with the spark that they have for Mike Vrabel in his revenge game. Now, if you want to talk the Titans personnel and the guys that are out there on the field actually facing the Patriots, Cam Ward.
That's what it's gonna come down to.
Yeah, Cam Ward has been terrible. Let's just keep it what it is. He's
3 touchdowns, 4 interceptions.
Yeah, not only that, he's pretty much last in a lot.
Now, to his credit, we kind of know what he's dealing with because Drake May didn't look great last year, but I will say to this point, May look better than what Cam Ward has looked. He looked a whole lot better.
You know what? You just hit it on the head, though. May dealt with a very, very similar situation last season. Mayo probably did deserve to get fired at this point in the season.
I think May stats-wise looked better down this time last year. He would look a whole lot better. Now, I haven't watched the whole Titan. I watched some of the Titans Raiders game. Haven't watched Cam Ward a lot, but I liked him in college. I haven't watched him a lot in the pros. I know he holds the ball a lot. He plays like a lot of backyard football. He throws kind of weird, he throws like sidearm kind of looks like to me. But he has some footwear issues coming out of college. I feel like with Cam Ward, this is how I would play him. And I was talking to a buddy earlier on the phone. I play him the same way we just did Spencer Rattler. I wouldn't show him too much. They wouldn't get too aggressive like they did when that first play at Carson Davis, which was crazy. But I wouldn't get to. I just see if he can march at the field. Calvin really probably not going to play. So the personnel is going to be, and what you was just about to say, Van Jefferson, Tyler Lockett, who's about 40 years old. I like their tight end, Chong. I can't think of his name. Chong. I like him. He's solid. Tony Pollard and Tyler Spears are your running backs. Other than that, they don't have much in terms of personnel. Go ahead.
No, I was going to mention at tight end, a Okonkwo. I don't know how to pronounce his name either, but they also have the rookie, Gunnar Helm, who hasn't been too bad for him either.
The receiver out of Stanford, who I thought the Patriots were going to draft, Elik Alamino, I think I'm saying it right. They got him.
Yep. He's actually been decent. Obviously, Tony Pollard, you bring him up.
Last year, he did pretty good against it last year.
Yeah, I brought him up in a couple post I was posting about potentially maybe the Patriots could look to acquire him in a trade because they're in the market for a running back. We'll talk about that afterwards if you like. But as far as the Titans, they don't scare me, obviously. I mean, they do have L'Jarius Sneed at corner. I mean, their secondary's been okay. I did just have the team ranking stats pulled up.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, I think the only category they're really respectable in is really their pass defense.
Where are they pass defense ranked? Middle of the pack?
Right here, pass defense, they're sitting at 13th. So, middle of the pack, not bad.
But you got to look at, they're trailing a lot of games. So, I mean.
That's true. That's true, though.
And teams probably just running the ball out or something like that.
Yeah, because you look at, I was just going to say that, too, with us, the Patriots struggling in the run game. We're like next to dead last. We're 31st in rushing yards. Their defense is ranked 25th.
Total defense?
Rush defense. Okay, so maybe this is a game we can get the running game going.
I seen they give up like 120-something yards on the ground. But we haven't been on to run the ball.
That's what I'm saying.
We said the same thing about the Saints. They got a bad defense. The Bills got a bad defense. We haven't been able to run the ball. So
and I'm sorry.
Maybe the third time's a charm.
Correction on our ranking and rushing. We do not rank next to dead last. We're actually 26th in rushing yards. I was
improved.
I was looking at the Titans rushing rank. So they're pretty rough in the running game too. I thought Tony Pollard had decent numbers.
We'll get into your comments right as soon as we get done with all the talk. We get into your comments. I promise you. Go ahead.
Yeah, I would have thought Tony Pollard would have been the one guy to watch for, but their running game hasn't been much of a threat so far this season.
Yeah. I like Tajay Spears. I think he missed the game last year. The offensive line is not good. I know Lantham, TJ Lantham, he's been struggling. They signed Dan Moore, a guy that a lot of people want the Patriots that signed last year from the Steelers. He's been struggling. And Cam Ward took 25 sacks, I think. He took a bunch. He's been sacked a bunch. So we can get after him. And the pass rush kind of been quiet. I think I like what you mentioned, Cleveon Chase on. He had what 6 or 7, I think 8 pressures last week against the Saints. Didn't get a sack, but he was in the backfield. He was back there pressuring Rattler. I think it's a good week for Chase on. Landry's coming back. You know, he's on the injury report. Harold Landry and Wabieta Patriots injury report. I think Gonzo full participant. Barmore was limited. Landry didn't participate. Diggs dealing with a chest issue, but you know he's probably going to play. Keon White came back to practice. So Anthony Jennings he missed it as well. So I think Harold Landry, I think he's going to play. You know he's going to be motivated because the Titans cut him this past offseason. So I can see Landry getting a sack or two. But I think the offensive line can be had, and Cam Ward loves to hold that ball.
Yeah, Cam Ward really does. Like you said, 25 times sack. You realize the next highest sack quarterback is Justin Fields at 19. So that just goes to tell you how bad their offensive line has been.
Yeah.
And I think he's dead last in QBR too. I think he has like a 24.9, which is just hideous. Russell Wilson's over here with a 32. So, I mean, it just goes to show. But
with Brian Callahan being gone,
yeah,
will this open up the offense more for them, and then will this allow them to let Cam Ward play more freely or how he wants to with Mike McCoy being there? And I think the offensive coordinator going to be the same. I think I read Bo Hardigree. He's going to be the offensive coordinator. He's been the OC. I thought Callahan was calling the plays, but it's been Bo Hardigree. So I want to know, are they going to open up more now that Callahan's gone? That's going to be interesting.
I would like to think they'll, at least in this game, I would like to think they'll try to at least make it his job easy as possible. But I also think they'll have some tricks up their sleeve. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, being at home, I think they could kind of pull that off, you know, have the whole team rally around each other. And maybe they go for some kind of crazy flea flicker or reverse of some sort. I don't know. They got to do something to get the guys going. Yeah. Because now not before, but now the Patriots teams that are going into these games, they're going to look at it like, oh, we're going to have to put some points on the board. Yep. You know what I mean? Yep. So it'll be interesting to see how they do handle it. But I agree that they're going to come in here with like a boost, and maybe it only lasts for the first quarter. You know, maybe we hit them with an open and drive because we started off great this past week. Maybe we keep that going, and maybe we just kind of shoot their hopes and dreams down right off the bat.
What is the matchup that you're excited to watch? I want to see Drake May against this Titans defense because you know last year, the harp on Drake May, he struggled in this game. Now we did go to overtime, and it was a crazy finish with the pass to Ramondre Stevenson in the game trailing. But I think he struggled. He threw 2 interceptions, one on a crate. I think they said it was the wind or whatnot. He was trying to get it to Kayshon Boutte, and the wind caught it, and I want to say Amani Hooker probably got the interception, and then he threw one. I think they fooled him in the cover. That was early. And that was Drake May's rookie. Drake May is miles and days better than what he has grown from there. He threw 2 interceptions, and he turned the ball over one time. So he had 3 total turnovers. But you was in that game because of Drake May. Remember, Mason Rudolph was the starting quarterback last year. Will Levis was out. I want to see how much Drake May has grown, and he's going to get a chance to see this Titan defense for a second time. And I grade his game last year. I give him a B- only because he was the reason why you was in the game.
Yeah,
you really should have won that game, but you didn't. So I want to see my matchup to watch is Drake May get up against his Titan defense because they gave him some issues last year, and you got to keep an eye on Jeffrey Simmons at defensive line. He could be a terror.
Definitely. No, that's going to be fun to watch because we're going to see can Drake May keep it going because he's starting to put it together as far as like
stack them together,
stack them together. And if he does it here, I mean, you kind of expect it to because of the opponent, but at the same time, it's still a difficult thing to do, especially in your sophomore season where quarterbacks tend to trend towards the sophomore slump sometimes. Drake May's going the opposite direction. You see all these charts. I don't know if you see all these charts floating around social media.
Man,
it's just,
tell me about it.
It's got Drake May literally off the charts.
Yeah.
I tweeted that out. I'm like, this man's literally off of the charts, playing off the charts, literally. But that's what you want to see. Can he put it together, stack them together? And I think he can. I think he will.
3 straight games, no turnovers. You don't want to jinx them, but 3 straight games with no turnovers.
No, you just gotta acknowledge it, you know, and tip your cap off to him. I'll go the opposite side as far as the matchup I'm looking forward to watching. Cam Ward against our defense, I think, because we got a great secondary in what we believe because Christian Gonzalez, I think Carlin Davis has been fine. Marcus Jones has been phenomenal too. But what I like to see some more interceptions from the secondary.
Yeah.
We've only had Marcus Jones out of the cornerbacks. Jalen Hawkins had an interception, but no Gonzo, no. But that's the thing with Gonzo. They don't like to test him, you know?
Yeah. And it's just his third game back. Carlton Davis been out there. And Carlton Davis been okay. I don't think he's been as bad as what people say.
Yeah, I don't know.
And you know he's going to get a lot of targets because Gonzo's a lockdown out there. Gonzo's not going to get a lot of targets. So, I mean, I think Carlton Davis been okay. I don't like the fact that it seems like every game we watch Carlton Davis, he's limping off the field every game.
That's true.
I mean, it's always something going on where I'm like, oh man, not Carlton Davis again. So every game, I think probably besides the Steelers game, I've seen the trainers walking off the field with him. So I'm tired of seeing that. But I think Carlton Davis has been solid. I think, and they're only gonna get better. It's like that third game playing together. Play the Panthers, the Butt Bills, then the Saints. So he'll get better. He's gonna get better.
Yeah, injuries have kind of nagged him since he's gotten here. Remember, he was kind of out training camp for a while, and it just. Yeah. But it is what it is. He's actually been out there playing, and he was there when Gonzo wasn't. So let's just hope and pray that he continues to be. He's been solid. I made the appreciation post.
Yeah. Mike Vrabel, real quick. Do you expect the team? Well, I know the team's probably gonna play very hard for him. But could you see? If let's just say we're leading the game going into the fourth quarter, and the game is over, it's a 2-possession game. We still got the ball. Could you see that Mike Vrabel wanting the team to pile it on and show up the Titans and just run the scoreboard up? Like you keep Drake May in, but you're up 3. You up. Let's just say the score is 31-13, and you know the game is over with. In the fourth, you still got Drake May in. You're still going shotgun 4 or 5 wide passing. Could you see them kind of? I can see Vrabel doing that.
Yeah, you think they go back to 2009, try to run up 59-0?
Yeah.
No, man, I don't know.
I can see it happen.
I maybe could, honestly.
Vrabel seems like the type that would do that.
You know what, though? He could write it off as we're just trying to improve. We're trying to get this offense comfortable, consistent, all 4 quarters. That's how
if you got a problem with it, stop it.
That's how Belichick used to get away with it. We want to teach this team how to do it consistently all 4 quarters. You know what I mean? So Vrabel could play it off like that. We're trying to get better for playoffs. We want to be a playoff team, so we're not going to pump the brakes.
I can see it happening. Vrabel just seems like the type.
At the same time, though, you want to keep Drake May healthy. So to an extent, we'll see, though. We'll see. It's an interesting thing to watch. We'll see. Yeah. He's handled all the questions phenomenal. He even called up, what's his name, Brian Callahan, when he got fired, and he just kind of told him to keep his head up or whatever the quote was. But that just goes to show you what type of dude he is. So he definitely respects the organization, I believe. But it's always good to get that revenge game. He let Stephon Diggs do it against the Bills. I think it's his turn, Yeah.
Oh, man, I cannot wait for Sunday. Drake, speaking of Drake May, where you got him ranked right now in terms of MVP candidate? Me, I mean, I think Baker Mayfield is 1, and I don't think it's close.
Yeah.
I put Mahomes in there. I had Allen, but he kind of fell off the last couple of weeks. Just May, Mahomes. I like what I've seen from Stafford, but he didn't do too good against Baltimore. And see, Mayfield's been consistent all year. May's been consistent ever since the first game. I actually had Bijan Robinson in it from the Falcons because I think it's going to be a quarterback. They're going to give it to a quarterback. Darnold's been playing all right, playing pretty good. But I go Mayfield, Mahomes, and then I go May.
Yeah,
that's what I go in terms of MVP. How would you go?
I agree with you 100% on Baker Mayfield. As far as Mahomes and May, I was going to say this. I was going to actually put Mahomes and May right there. They're like neck and neck with each other. Their numbers are I have them right here. The numbers are pretty
Mahomes has been outstanding. And they only got Rice. Rice comes back this week against the Raiders.
That's the thing, though. Mahomes is probably going to really put together a strong finish here with his team.
I will say this, though. If we'd been undefeated right now and beat the Raiders and beat the Steelers, and May had the same numbers he had, like if May had the same trajectory going on, May would be number 1. It wouldn't be close. I don't care. I understand Baker Mayfield's playing, but he got talent. Now, some of his guys has been out, but look what Drake May's dealing with. No run game, 2 rookies on the left side of your offensive line. Your best wide receiver is a wide receiver coming off a torn ACL, 32 years old. Like, and Kayshawn Boutte and Paul. I mean, who are those guys? So
yeah,
he's elevating them. He's even elevating older Diggs. He's elevating this offensive line. So
some of these throws are just ridiculous, like
crazy.
And honestly, some of these plays, I alluded to some of the throws right there, but some of these plays kind of look a little Mahomes-like when he's doing these flickery, flick of the wrist.
Be one if our record was better, and it's crazy saying our record, but we're 4-2. But if our record, if we was 6-0, whatnot, I think it would be Drake May.
Oh, 100%. Oh,
yeah,
definitely.
It would be Drake May. I like what Baker's doing without Mike Evans and now Buka and Godwin in that lineup. But I would have to give it to May, man. With that Pat, and then he's number one in the division. So they're going to give it to a quarterback. It's going to be a team that's winning. If you're bad, you're probably not going to get MVP count. Like Lamar's probably out of it right now because the Ravens are not good. I had Stafford in it, but he kind of fell off this past week against Baltimore. I thought they was going to blow Baltimore out, but they didn't. I saw somebody said Aaron Rodgers should be in. I don't think so. Pittsburgh ain't played nobody. I mean, they played Carson Wentz and the Vikings, the Browns. They got the Bengals tomorrow night. Who else have they played? They lost to Seattle, and they played the Jets week 1. So Pittsburgh really haven't played nobody. So I think that Steelers game and the Raiders game, if you would have played better and we'd have won those games, I think May would be number one in the MVP conversation right now.
Yeah, Aaron Rodgers doesn't have the yards. He barely has 1,000 right now, and his average is like 7.4. But May is, I think, 8.5 or something average per attempt. It's just crazy. His numbers are ridiculous. And really, coming into the season, did anybody realistically think Drake May had an opportunity to win MVP this season? I don't think so, man. I don't know if people were calling for that big of a season. I will say I did think he'd have a great season, even my stat prediction I had, but I wasn't thinking he'd be in the MVP race to this point.
No, heck no.
You know what I mean? The MVP race, and it's just impressive. But I knew he was capable. I thought he was capable. He obviously had the tools. We've seen it last year, the flashes. So that's why going into the season, we're all excited. But yeah, for him to be in the MVP conversation,
crazy.
It's just crazy at this point.
Moving on, X Factor. Well, bold predictions. Bold predictions for this game. And then we're gonna get your game predictions. So we're gonna do bold predictions, game predictions, and X Factors. Bold prediction.
Bold prediction for this game. All right. I'm not gonna go as far as to say 59-0, but I do think the Patriots blow out the Titans. And I don't know if that's a bold prediction.
Don't wait to get your final score. Don't get your final score yet.
No, I won't do that. But all right. So I think they'll blow out the Titans. Would a defensive touchdown be a bold? Yeah, that's definitely a bold prediction. I'll go a defensive touchdown. How about a pick 6? Cam Ward, his head's spinning. He's seeing ghosts. You know what I mean? We'll go with that as my bold prediction, the defensive touchdown.
I'm going to go, it's bold because we've been bad this year. This is the week the run game finally gets going.
Okay.
I think Ramondre Stevenson goes for 120 yards.
Let's go.
On about 20 carries. And Travion Henderson behind him goes for about 12 carries for 65, 70 yards. So in total, about 200 yards rushing.
One of those
That's my bold prediction.
That is bold. Yeah, now dominate.
Yeah. Ramondre gets over 100 yards this week. That's my bold prediction.
I like it. I would love to see that. We need to see
that.
We
get about 150 rushing yards. That's my bold prediction. And that's bold for us because we haven't been on the run with a lick this year.
We need to, though. We got to be able to run that football.
Yeah, because it's not sustainable how you're playing right now.
Not against better.
Drake May, your youngest player on your team is carrying your team.
And the schedule is what it is right now. But when you get to these tougher games, you know what I mean? Even later in the season, when you got the Bills again and the Ravens, once Lamar's back around, and Tampa, obviously, so and then in the playoffs,
I think Atlanta's going to be tough in a couple weeks.
Yeah, now they show. Yeah, they kind of showing up.
X Factor.
All right, let's think. You want to give yours first, real quick? You have yours handy? Otherwise, I'll go. But I'm curious what you got first.
I think we're gonna have a Kyle Williams sighting this week. It's time, man. Every week it's been somebody different. It's been Hunter Henry, Austin Hooper. It's been Travion Henderson one week. Marjorie Stevenson. It was Stephon Diggs a couple weeks ago against Buffalo. Keyshawn Booston had 2 weeks. Pop Douglas was woke alive. He was awoke last week. Let's get Kyle Williams involved. I think Kyle Williams is going to have a big play this week. That's my X Factor. Kyle Williams. That could have been a bold prediction too, but I'm gonna go X Factor. I'm gonna go Kyle Williams. He gonna make some plays this week. I just feel like this is the third time I mentioned Kyle Williams. He ain't done it yet, but I don't think it's to his fault because he's actually been on the field.
That's what I was gonna say.
Yeah, they just haven't really been going to him. But he's actually getting snaps though.
Yeah, he had 2 targets, and actually one of them was one of Drake May's only bad throws of the day, which it was unfortunate because you want to see Kyle Williams just
was he open? I missed that one.
He was open. Yeah, he was definitely open, and Drake May just kind of missed him. He was just off with it, but I think I like that one because I actually said the same thing earlier in the week. I think Kyle Williams finally gets involved. I didn't end up posting it, but I was going to post out a Randy Moss clip of Randy Moss highlights, and say Kyle Williams this week. I didn't get to do it, unfortunately, but I agree with you on Kyle Williams. But I'll go. I want to see maybe. You already mentioned the run game, so I won't go there. Millen Williams, just the pass rush. Okay. Millen Williams, Harold Landry. I want to see them get to Cam Ward.
Yep.
And
Ricky.
It kind of goes hand in hand with my defensive touchdown prediction. I think you get the pass rush. He throws some wild passes, and we just take advantage of it with our elite secondary, with what I think is an elite secondary. Yeah. But so I'll go with that for my X factor, the pass rush.
Okay. And now predictions.
And I wouldn't be mad if you got Stephon Diggs back in there. I think make up for that 50-yard loss, man. I'd still like to see Stephon Diggs get his share every week just because he is our wide receiver 1. I know stats don't matter or that kind of thing. I just like to see the Patriots be able to be consistent with the offense and the target share. But at the same time, that's kind of a strength to McDaniel's offense. He kind of just
spreads it around
to whatever matchup favors that particular
the crazy
week.
Thing is, we're averaging, I think our average right now is like 25, 26 points, which is a long way from where we've been at, which is good. Yeah. I mean, dang. We have no running game, and we ain't even got our 2 explosive rookies really. I mean, Trevor, they've been playing, but they really ain't made an impact yet. Just imagine once we get more explosive, get Henderson going, get Kyle Williams going, get a run game going. Now you're cooking right there. So that we doing what we're doing right now and really ain't even seen the full thing yet. You know what I mean? So we still got some meat left on the bone. So once we get those rookies going, get Kyle Williams going, get Travion going, and get a daggone running game, I think the sky's the limit for this offense. We
even got an Efton Chisholm.
He was on kickoff. He was active. I wonder if he'd be active this week. Maybe
we'll see. I think he might get that role.
I think it's a good opportunity. Yeah,
we'll see.
He looked all right last week.
He did. He didn't if he would have fumbled or something, I would have maybe been concerned. Although the way Mike Vrabel's been coaching the team, he's kind of giving these guys chances, and we'll see. That's kind of been his style, his MO this year, but it's worked. Yeah, and that's how it goes in this game.
Prediction time. What you got?
Let me go 38-13. So big time. That's considered a blowout, right? That's a 25-pointer right there. Big time blowout. Yeah. So
38-13 Patriots.
38-13. And that's my first prediction of the week.
What's Drake May's stat line?
Basically, I'm going as far as not identical to last week, but 3 touchdowns. I think he gets 3 through the air.
3 touchdowns, 0 turnovers.
Let's hope. But yeah, I'm gonna go 3. I'm gonna go 0 turnovers. It's gonna be hard to sustain that each and every week. You know what I mean? But the way he's been playing, I have no reason to think that he's going to turn the football over unless it's some wild ass tipped ball or something along those lines. But
I'm going to say 28-16 Patriots. I feel like Titans going to play they're going to have a little spark. They're going to play. They're not going to win the game, but I think it's going to be competitive to start, but then we'll pull away late. I'm going to say 28-16 Pat. So what, a 12-point game? Yeah. 28-16 Patriots.
That's a safer pick for sure. And I 100% agree that they could come out and totally flip the script. I mean, this team has struggled. What they really needed was a change at the head coach and position. It's 100% what they needed, and they got it. Cam Ward. One thing I'll say about Cam Ward.
He's a gunslinger now.
That too, but the way he handles himself as a leader, he says the right things to the media. And I just think he's really seems like he's a veteran when he's a rookie. You know what I'm saying? He's kind of taken that leadership role right from the start. And I do respect that about him. I think that's what they needed with this head coach change. He's going to have a spark. He's going to have a fire underneath him the most because he wants to get this boat afloat. Because
I think their offense, I didn't know their offense was that bad. I looked at what they've been putting up points. Well, I think they averaged 13 points a game. I didn't know it was that bad.
Yeah, it really has been.
So
it's unfortunate for him, you know.
We shall see, guys. Make sure you're hitting the like button. Make sure you're sharing the sharing the content, and make sure you all subscribe. Make sure you go to Pat's Planet YouTube channel, like, share, and subscribe over there as well. Let's get through some of these comments, man.
Let's go.
Panther Plug, what's going on? Hey, y'all done won 2 straight. Y'all came back and beat the Dolphins 2 weeks ago when y'all beat the Dallas Cowboys. Congrats to you, man. K-Shawn start going up. Yes, sir. K-Shawn been balling.
I actually reached out to him the other day, and I was like, you guys, since that game, have been going off. They haven't lost a game since.
Right. They've been playing good, man. Maybe that was a wake-up call.
It really was.
Who should New England trade for Olave or A.J. Brown? Good question. I asked my boy earlier on the phone today, would you want 7 years of Chris Olave, or would you want probably 3 good years of A.J. Brown? I went with Olave.
Really?
I like Olave. I like Brown too, but I take Olave. Give me Olave.
What was the years? You had a different amount of years.
So Olave is what, 25 years old, I think. So you're gonna have him and his contract. I think he's 25, and you got rights until 27. So assuming you extend him and the trade works out, you got Olave. He's not even 30 years old. He's 5. So you probably gonna have Olave from 5 to 7 years. AJ Brown's 28 years old between now and next year. So you probably gonna get about 2 good years of AJ Brown, maybe 3. So I went long term. I would go Chris Olave.
Well, you make a good point, because even though we could point to A.J. Brown playing for Vrabel in the past and all that stuff, I think Vrabel said something real specific that kind of supports your point right there, because he said we got to think about what we could do that's going to benefit this team long term, as opposed to short term.
Oh, I mean, he's 28, which is still
no.
Yeah.
And you could maybe Vrabel still meant long term, as in like from now till 3 years from now. But I look at long term as more of like, we're going to get somebody that's paired with May for the foreseeable future for like 5 years. You know what I mean? But maybe, like you said, maybe he could still be that guy. He is built different as a wide receiver. He's one of those.
The only thing that scares me about Olave is the concussion history. That's it.
With Olave, yeah. Nah. I mean, personally, I love both players. They're both elite receivers in the league that you respect, and I'd be happy with either one. But
reports are out that we're going big game hunting, that we're interested. So it's going to be interesting.
You know what really plays a factor for me? I don't know why. A.J. Brown just being a lifelong Patriot fan or whatever, that just makes me want to see him become a Patriot at some point. But I'd be happy with Olave too. So
we just saw Olave, and he cooked us.
Yeah, he was the only one. Yeah, he really was the only one we had to worry about too much.
Right. X picks. Let me see. Zay picks. I think that's what I'm saying. XA picks. Yo, what's going on with you? What's going on with you? Titans will have a spark, but listen to Pat's locker room. We are locked in. I agree. I heard the locker room earlier. Pat's fans showed me it's in snow melts in May. What's good? What's going on with you? Cam, what up, boy? What's going on? What's going on? Let me see. Falcons and Bucks are our hardest upcoming games. Know that, man. That Falcons game is going to be tough.
Well, shout out to the Falcons.
In May. I called it in May. I said that Falcons game going to be tough.
Shout out to the Falcons, though, knocking off the Bills for us, man. They gave us 28-3. They gave us the division last night. What was it last night? No, 2 nights ago. 2 nights ago. But regardless, man, what a night that was.
We got to beat them in a couple weeks.
Yeah, that's the thing, though. We talked about how easy the schedule is, but then these teams like the Falcons, the Giants, even Jackson Dart, Scatterboo.
Giants gonna be a tough one. Monday Night Football.
Yeah, prime time. Like, it's not as easy as a schedule as people want to make it out to be, but at the same time, it is what it is. You know, there are some. Then
you got Baker and Drake May going there. That should be a prime time game. Sunday Night Football.
I seen somebody say some slick comment about that. They're like, Drake versus Bake, May versus Mayfield. These comments on Twitter.
Ty was wide open when Drake missed him. I think my TV had messed up when I on that play. Was it up the left sideline? I think I heard
it was. Yeah, it was.
I heard Williams stopped running or something like that.
It was. I don't have the chart handy, unfortunately.
You find that you send that to me, man. I think that was the one because I missed one play. My TV had messed up. Drake and Cal not on the same page. Yeah, what's going on, Jabbar? Yeah, I agree with that.
What did he say? Drake and Kyle?
But yeah, they haven't really played a lot.
Yeah, nah. It's one of those things.
Yeah, Titans average 150 yards per game. Dang, is that true?
What was the stat? 150
Titans
yards per
average
game.
150 total yards per game.
Let me double check. I did have.
Oh, he said passing yards.
Yeah, no, passing yards makes more sense.
Passing yards. Wow. Edge and linebacker, wide receiver. Yeah. Glad you mentioned that, Cam. I don't think we need another wide receiver right now. I like what I'm seeing from Kayshon Boutte, Diggs, Hunter Henry, Hooper, Pop. I guess at some point they'll get Cal Williams going. I don't think it's a pressing need, but imagine us saying that like receiver's not a top need right now, which is a good thing. Our biggest need, I think, is a running back. I think you'll take that. Brees Hall. Now I don't know if the Jets would trade him in the division, but there is rumors going out there that they probably would. I think Mike Reese from ESPN said it. I think we need to get a running back. Now I would love a wide receiver. I mean, that's the splashy fun tour that everybody wants, but you could never have too many good ones, and you still don't have that alpha, that number one guy. And Chris Olave may be a younger guy, but the running game, you need depth. And you dressed Terrell Jennings last week. He didn't even see the field. I think he was on kickoff a couple times. But Ramondre, he's already running timid. Travion isn't really getting it yet. It's going to be a while for him. Go get Brees Hall. Get aggressive. Or get the Jalen Wright from Miami. I like him. I mentioned him earlier. Jalen Wright, the running back from he's with the Dolphins. Go get Jalen Wright. I think they'll trade him because they got Ollie Gordon and they're already paying Devon A-Chain. So they got two backs. So go get Jalen Wright out of Miami. I think I saw Devin Singletary from the Giants, I think. You need another running back.
Yeah,
so
definitely.
I think on edge too, you need an edge bad because knock on wood, Harold Landry got hurt last week. He came back, but he's not even practicing today. Keon White's not it. Chason, he's a journeyman at this point. He's still young, but he's on his third or fourth team. I haven't seen much from Elijah Pond or Anthony Jennings. He's been out past couple weeks. Keon White is, like I said, he is what he is. Then they activate Truman Jones last week. I don't think he played none last week. So you need an edge too. I like Arden Key from the Titans. Pass rush. I don't think he's playing this week. He got a quad injury. He's on the injury report along with Calvin Ridley. But I would love to. And Vrabel would sign him when he was in Tennessee, the 2023 season, I think. Yeah, that was Vrabel's final season there. I would like to see us go get like an Arden Key. I think Arden Key would fit nice with it as a pass rush. We need depth there. Because if Landry gets hurt, you're in trouble.
He's on the trade block. They mentioned it.
Arden Key, I like him.
He even Jeffrey Simmons, you see his name floating around.
Yeah,
but
I would go get Arden Key. You need a.
We don't need the interior, obviously. I'm just saying the Titans are willing to trade a lot of their guys, and I agree about Arden Key. I was actually gonna say the same thing.
And if not, I mean, you always can address those in the offseason, but we talk about making a push this year and doing something in the playoffs. And I'm gonna talk about this real quick. The AFC, the whole NFL is wide open. There's no team that's running away with anything. No. Detroit just lost to the Chiefs. And if Detroit would have won, I would have said Detroit is my favorite. It's like the best team. That's better than everybody. Kansas City getting Rice back. The Bills done lost 2 straight. Philly got their own problems going on. Baltimore's bad right now because of injury, but they're about to get Lamar back next week. They play the Bears. Pittsburgh, I don't take the Steelers serious right now. I got to see them play tougher competition. AFC's wide open.
It is.
The NFL's wide open, so get aggressive and go get somebody.
I agree, man. That you see all these names, the running backs flowing around. You mentioned Brees Hall, Alvin Kamara. I mentioned Tony Pollard. I don't know. I mean, we'll see. I don't agree about people still mentioning Jacoby Myers. I know his name's floating around as well.
No, I don't. I told my boy, I don't think I want Myers. I think you gotta, I mean, if you're gonna go get a guy, go get a guy.
Exactly. If you're gonna trade for a wide receiver, don't bring in another number 2. We're good on that. Just bring in one of the elite.
So many of those, man.
Yeah, they just bring in one of the elite guys that you can pair with whoever you're gonna keep on the team and go from there. But I agree about the running back. Whoever you could get. Honestly, you're going to need a body. If you don't have faith in Terrell Jennings or anybody on the practice squad or free agency, then you're going to have to go out and get somebody. It's not going to cost a lot. You know what I mean? For one of these guys that a team's trying to drop off after a rough start to the season for them, I could see, I don't know, the Texans maybe, Nick Chubb. I've seen people mentioning him.
I don't know. They won't.
But
they're still in it. They're still in the mix.
They're still in it. That's what I mean. It's not.
Who's his backup in Houston?
Well, Joe Mixon should be coming back soon, right?
I forget. I keep forgetting they got Joe Mixon.
Yeah, maybe he'll be coming back soon. He's on my fantasy bench, so I'm keeping hope, but we'll see. I don't know. I don't know. There's a lot of guys out there. You know how running backs are. You can kind of
I'm gonna go get Jalen Wright.
Yeah, he's not a bad name either. I mean, obviously the sexy name is Breece Hall, but
yeah,
those in-division trades are hard to make. They've happened. Don't get me wrong.
What would you give up? I give him a third. But like I told my boy earlier, it's not gonna be for no rental. If I give you a third, I'm re-signing you. I'm not just giving up a third for you to walk in January or February or whatever.
Because you realize he's only 24 years old.
Yeah, I'm going to resign. I'm going to give you a contract, and you got to agree. Like, hey, I can't do that. You just give away a draft pick.
It's funny though, because I just clicked this article ESPN wrote out. It says that Jets Aaron Glenn reiterates he doesn't want Breece Hall traded, but you know how they get.
That just, I mean,
it might even be the coach's decision, to be real honest with you at this point.
And from what we just seen for Aaron Glenn, the Jet, I don't think he kind of knows what he's doing. So, Jamari said Olave too small. I'm good on him. That would basically be add another Pop Douglas. Nah, no, two different receivers, Jamari. No, Olave was a first round pick. Pop Douglas a third round pick. Now Olave is small, but come on, that's not even. Come on, that's the first thing I think I've ever disagreed with you on that, Jamari.
Yeah.
Well, then I just seen it. He better than Pop, but availability. Okay, yeah, you got to put. That's basically what I'm saying. I didn't see when he said that. Yeah, he's better than Pop, but availability size wise, got you.
Hopefully, Pop picks up where he left off. He still didn't get like a crazy amount of playing time, but it still was an uptick in what we're used to seeing the past few weeks.
Do you think the running backs are scared to fumble, and that's the reason we are lacking? Yeah, I think so.
Mike Vrabel said it.
You can tell by Monty Stevens when he runs the ball, he's running with two hands, like he's carrying a loaf of bread, like he's like carrying a baby or something. He's running with two hands.
Mike Vrabel said the exact thing, something along those lines today. He's like, I think we're putting a little bit too much focus on ball security, and we need to focus. I don't know what he said after that, but he definitely said we're putting too much focus.
They're more focused on not fumbling than actually hitting the right lane and
exactly.
Yeah. So that's what you mentally. So yep. Let me see. Official Fletch says, Phillips from Miami. Official Fletch, make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you are subscribed. Make sure you're sharing the content, man. Really appreciate it. Phillips, I can see that one. I can see the Dolphins trading us Phillips. I don't know how old is Jalen Phillips? Can you look it up from the Dolphins?
Yeah, I got you. Let me see.
I want to say 28, maybe. 27, 28.
26.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I could see the Dolphins giving us Phillips before the Jets give us Breece Hall. Because they got Chop Robinson, they still got, I think Chubb probably gone, and the Dolphins are completely rebuilding. Now the Jets are too, but the Dolphins are tearing it up.
Yeah, you see Tua,
and he's been hurt a lot too, Jalen. I can see that one happening.
Tua throwing everybody under the bus and skipping team meetings, the player meetings. I mean,
yeah. Jalen Phillips from Miami would be cool too. Says guy, yeah. Fats Cam. Yep. Anything left, man?
Nah, it's gonna be fun though. It's gonna be fun. You realize we got a chance to go to a 5-2 record on the season.
Man, 3 straight. Now listen, before we get off, the Patriots have never won 3 consecutive games on the road. So I know we've won 3. We're 3-0 on the road, but 3 consecutive in back-to-back weeks. We have never did that. So they mentioned that today on Pass on Filter. I kind of knew that too because they mentioned it a while back.
Yeah, not too often. Not too often do you have 3-game road trips anyways.
That's strange.
Yeah, so if they do it, though, it's going to be a real good.
It seems like they ain't played at home in a long time.
I know. I can't wait. I'm going to try to get to the next home game if I can, man. I don't know.
So, hey, guys, it was good, man. Make sure you come back tomorrow night. Me and D can go live. We're going to do another Titans-Patriots preview, pick our game. I'm going to stick with my, what did I say, 28-16?
Yeah, and I was 38-13.
Yeah, I'm gonna stick with my prediction tomorrow. I'm gonna sleep on it, see how things go. I got the Pats winning for right now, so we'll see how tomorrow go. Pats Planet, appreciate you joining me on another episode of Midweek Motion.
Always
had some technical difficulties, so we can get some things straight for next week. Hopefully, things will be better. Guys, make sure you hit the like button, share the content, make sure you subscribe, make sure you go to the Pats Planet YouTube and check out his stream as well. You got a website too, right?
Yeah, pats-planet.com. You could join the newsletter, and what it will do is just email you anytime I post an article or video or whatever. It's pretty cool though.
Yeah, make sure you go check them out there. Also, hold on, got one more comment. There's a first for everything. Let's make here. So yes, sir, Cal. Also, guys, come back this Sunday, 1 p.m. Eastern. I gotta keep saying it. The watch parties have been going crazy. I appreciate all the comments. Last week I had some Saints fans in there talking crowd.
Okay.
This week I'm sure I'm gonna have some Titans fans up in there. So hey, come check it out. Come check it out Sunday, 12:45 p.m. Eastern time. Always be up about 15 minutes earlier, going live at 1 p.m. Titans Patriots. Vrabel returns to Tennessee. Pats at Titans. Drake May versus Cam Ward. Can't wait to see what happens this week, man. It just like, is it me or like this week we beat the Saints? I wasn't as happy as I was when we beat the Bills because now I'm getting used to winning now. It's like when you win a couple, it don't hit you the same way because we've been so used to losing the last couple years. But now, like, okay, we beat the Panthers, I was hyped. We beat the Bills, I was old. I wasn't going. I was hyped when we beat Buffalo. So then the next we beat the Saints. I mean, I was happy, but I was like, okay, I'm kind of
you expected it. Yeah, you expected
I'm expecting it's like, okay, it's another day at the office now. So I'm kind of getting to that point. But I know those boys gonna come out hype and play. They're gonna play hype for Vrabel Sunday. And I just can see Vrabel run up that score. But I'm still gonna stick with my 28-16. But Vrabel just seemed, and then Josh Smith, they just seem like the type that will want to just rub it in and throw it in extra, man. So can't wait for Sunday. We got about 3 or 4 more days till that happen. Thursday night football. Who you got tomorrow night? Bengals, Steelers?
Steelers. Going Steelers.
Still, man, how every week the Steelers are not playing nobody? I mean, they beat us, but we turned the ball over 5 times.
I know.
They beat Carson Wentz and the Vikings. The Jets week 1. They lost to Sam Darnold and the Seahawks. That now, who they just play? Like they played Dylan Gabriel and the Brett. Like every week they got a backup quarterback or something like that. So it's crazy, man. I'm not buying the Steelers just yet. I gotta see more from them. But yeah, man, that's gonna be it for the show. Make sure you hit the like button, share the content. Make sure you're subscribed. Go check out my guy Pat's playing his website and his YouTube channel, and we'll catch y'all back again next week. But tomorrow night, me and D will be back live for our episode of our preview episode of Titans Patriots. Man, appreciate it. Y'all have a good one. Go Pats.
Appreciate you, man. Go Pats.
Yes, sir.